Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to race number 5 of the second season of the NASCAR Busch Series, powered by the WRA. Getting ready to go racing at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California in Fontana, California. Getting ready for the Roseanne 300 here at the Auto Club Speedway. 75 laps about to be run here today. Should be a very exciting race. On the pole position is the driver that took part in yesterday's Truck Series race. That is Bora Park. Had a top 15 run yesterday. So, what did she learn today or yesterday that will help her for today's race, rather? In that number 28, it is also her first pole of her Busch Series career. She comes into today's race, Bora Park, that is 11th in the points drop, 8 spots after last week's race at Phoenix. She's alongside of Emily Green, the 37, who dropped 7 spots down to 15th in the points. Brady Columbus in row number 2. She just raced her way into this event via the Go or Go Home session you saw during pole day qualifying yesterday. She is making her second start. She had and she's looking to build what was a disappointing race at Las Vegas. She is 51st in the points, well outside the top 30. And Gabe Litton in the 56 machine. Gabe comes in this race 27th in points, got himself locked into the show since the cut line driver, since the 64 All-Star team did not qualify for this race. Ashlyn Wright completes the top 5. She took part in the truck race here yesterday. There's the rest of your starting lineup for today's race here at the amazing Auto Club Speedway. The cars are rolling off. Let's go over your points table coming into today's race. Presented by Golden Corral as usual. This is the last race for the Busch Series. We won't see them until 3 weeks at Martinsville Dirt. That's their next race. Summit Ozkan took the points lead from Daniel Gitiroyk. It's now 5 points between the two drivers, and also for the Rookie of the Year standings. T Tupola is tied with Gitiroyk, who is third in the standings. M Le Fay, last week's winner at Phoenix, is fourth in the standings. 6 points back of the lead. 15 back is M Zain, 15 points back. London Jackson is 6th. Alex Winter 7th. Ashlyn Wright 8th. 9th. Xavier Allsopp. Luna Farmer completes the top 10. Going to be interesting to see what 75 laps here at the Auto Club Speedway is going to be like for these drivers. Those that took part in yesterday's Truck Series race, what did they learn from that race? Will they apply here today? Hopefully it's not 4 wide on lap number 1, entering turn number 3. That's the name of the game. Pace car is off. And the green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Auto Club. Brady Columbus currently takes the lead as we enter turn number 3. I don't know who's knocking on my door. And Brady Columbus will lead the first lap. Hold on, guys. You're fine. Alright, sorry about that. And I helped my roommate with a drink that doesn't want to open. So Brady Columbus leads here in the early stages, currently spread out as the top five got spread out as I was coming back to the booth. Quentin Moore ran yesterday's Truck Series race as he raced his way in. Quentin will also be starting 26th in tomorrow's Winston Cup Series race. That will cap off the weekend here at Auto Club. A couple of drivers that are going to need to race their way in. Got K Amirmoez, Marcus Sellers, Ashland Wright did not make the Winston Cup race tomorrow. Brenda Eveling, we were just talking about her in the Winston Cup Series qualifying. 0 for 5 in making the show. Shane Earnhardt making his debut in the Busch Series. Been trying to make the races a lot this season, just didn't make it until this week as he made making his debut. Let's talk about the drivers back here at the rear of the field. Michael Brown, who ran in the truck race, didn't even complete a lap. The good news is he's redeemed himself. The bad news is he's in last, but we're still in the early stages of this race. And a Farmer, as we're looking at K Amirmoez. Farmer didn't make the race for Winston Cup, neither did Jacob Foster. Skylar Davidson did not run the truck race yesterday, but made the Busch race today, which is good for her. And there's our Truck Series driver, Shyla Ascroft. Oh, we got a wreck! We got a wreck! Wow, look at the wreck avoidance. Wow, the 35 into the catch fence! Holy cow, Xavier Allsopp, the big one here at Auto Club. Kyle Langland, Shade Earnhardt, Courtney Lynn, last week's winner, Morgan Le Fay. Caution is out, and more than likely a red flag is out. Because one of the cars, the 35, went into the catch fence. That's an automatic red flag immediately. I was just about to get ready to talk about Shyla Ascroft. There's Langland, Earnhardt, Courtney Lynn, Cervantes, I believe, got a piece, maybe. Skylar Davidson, Michael Brown. There's last week's winner, Morgan Le Fay, Xavier Allsopp, Billy Kitchens, Gabe Lipton, Lucy Grangers. Karma came back to bite her after what happened last week at Phoenix. Jamie Bonine. Taylor Valley, Salman Ozkan, Alex Winters. I'm just naming off drivers involved in this wreck. Caution's out for the first time today. The big one strikes at Auto Club. We're going to go to a red flag immediately once these cars get on the front stretch. Let's jump back, look at a replay to see what in the world happened in the early stages at Auto Club. Red flag is out here at Auto Club Speedways. We're going to see what happened. Looks like something happened to Gabe Lipton's car because he slowed down dramatically. I think he was trying to get off the track, but didn't realize the 59 was there. By the time he realized the 59 was there, it was too little too late. Look at Daniel Gitiroyk avoid this crash. And then Shea gets involved. Courtney Lynn nowhere to go. Billy Kitchens. There's the 35 getting shot. Shyla did a great job missing that. And then the track just becomes blocked. There's just nowhere for any of these guys and gals to go. Look at that 35 up in the catch fence. Luna Farmer got turned around by somebody. Alex Winters gets involved. We got a lot of replays we need to look at in this wreck. That's why the red flag is out. There is just too much debris in turns 1 and 2. Yeah, nowhere for Courtney Linton to go. There's where the 35, there's the 34. Tell you what, the 73 got lucky getting through that. Same with the 60. Samit Ozkan got a piece of it. Taylor Valley nowhere to go. There's just nowhere for any of these drivers to go. Mohammed Zain had to come to a direct stop. Cervantes, Jamie Bonine's in the wall. Billy Kitchens involved. There's Skylar Davidson. Shade Earnhardt went upside down. I can't believe he drove that car away. I'm a little surprised he did. A lot of drivers involved. How did Kyle Langland get a piece of this? He runs into the back of the 22. Carolina Bradley got a piece. T Tupola. Okay, maybe Muhammad did get a piece of it, but that's a lot of drivers involved in this one. This is definitely the big one here at Auto Club. And we're going to take some onboard replays. That was a lot of cars involved in this wreck. Onboard the Stacker 2 Ford of Lucy Granger. You're going to see the wreck in front and nowhere to go. Nothing you can do about that in that situation. A lot of cars torn up in this wreck. Good night. From Skylar Davidson's view. Gonna have absolutely nowhere to go. Thought she was through until the 59 slid up the track. And then the 35 landed on the 6 for good measure. And then the 9 just plowed into the 35, the McDonald's Ford. But Skylar Davidson's day is done. From last season's champion Billy Kitchens' view. Just nowhere to go. Oh, wow, that 35, that really gets your attention there. Hate that for the 13 of Billy Kitchens, as he just had no place to go, and unfortunately looks like his day is going to be done. Onboard Courtney Lynn, it's already been a rough day for her. Missed the cup race for tomorrow and gets involved in this one. Once she went down and didn't realize the 56 was there, wrong place, wrong time. Nothing for Courtney Lynn that she could do to avoid that. A lot of damage for the Bryans Meat Chevrolet. Finally, last on board with Luna Farmer. Right behind Jacob Foster. There's the wreck in front. She got through it until she got clipped right there. I think Luna's going to be okay because I don't think she hit anybody up, hit the wall. So I think Luna Farmer just escaped with little damage on the Albertsons Ford. As the caution's out for the first time today, the red flag has also been lifted. Let's get to the restart here at Auto Club. Well, that was the big one, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to go back to green on lap number 14 of 75. We'll document the drivers out of the race in just a second. Brady Columbus is the leader. Emily Green second. Third is K Amirmoez. Fourth is Quinton Moore. Callie Springer in fifth. Sixth is Marcus Sellers. Brenda Eveling seventh. Lauren Grubius eighth. Tyler Ware ninth. Bora Park will complete your top 10. Michael Brown one lap down. Let me see if he's got any damage on the Rockwell Chevrolet. He might have a little hood buckle on that number 20 machine. So I don't know how much off the pace he's had. So Michael Brown's weekend just went from bad to worse in a heartbeat, if you ask me. Drivers out, and there are a lot of them. Alex Winters looks like the engine let go on that number 34 machine, so she is done for the day. Joining her out of the race, Lucy Granger, Courtney Lynn, Shade Earnhardt, Billy Kitchens, Gabe Lipton, Morgan Le Fay, 1 week removed from her first career win out of the race. Xavier Allsopp, Kyle Langland, and Skylar Davidson all out of the race from that first wreck of the day. That's not good for Courtney Lynn because that's putting her closer and closer to falling out of the top 30 in the points. Back to green here at Auto Club. The 6 was making their first start of the year, not the run for Skyler. Kyle Langland, 2 weeks in a row for him. He's going to drop through the standings, 12th in the standings. Xavier Allsopp was 9th in the points. Morgan Le Fay, 4th in points. Gabe Lipton, he was trying to see where he is. 27th in points. This will take him out of the top 30. Billy Kitchens was, if I can find the 29th in points. He will also drop out of the top 30 in the standings. Shade Earnhardt making his first start of the year. Courtney Lynn, don't know where this is going to drop her in the standings. Lucy Granger, who was put on probation for what happened at Phoenix last week. Alex Winters, 7th in points. So a lot of drivers who were running well in the points table coming into this race, all out of the race. Almost identical what happened in the truck race, where second, third in the points DNF'd early in the race, and the points leader at the time, Tatiana Guerra, in the truck race yesterday had a tire going down, finished 5 laps down, so it really shook the truck series points just like that. I bet we're going to have a shakeup here in the Busch points going into our next race. That will be in 3 weeks at Martinsville Dirt, because next week it'll be just the Cup drivers as they head to Sonoma, as they will go up Interstate 5 to qualify. Then we'll have an off week and get ready for Champs-Élysées in France. Pole day qualifying on Saturday, race on Sunday next week at Sonoma, and then we're heading to Champs-Élysées, which that is going to be when we will have a week off. Then we'll have a week off, and then the Busch drivers will join up with the Cup drivers at Martinsville Dirt, which if you missed yesterday's Truck Series race, I announced that the Busch and the Cup Series race will not have a go or go home qualifying. They will just run races. And how that's going to work is that we're going to have the go or go home drivers race on Friday. That will be 6A. And then 6B will be the drivers that made it into this week's race at Auto Club. And then the Cup drivers, the 7 that made it into tomorrow afternoon's race, they'll be in the main event on Sunday at Martinsville when we go there later after we get to Champs-Élysées. Or no, it'll be actually when we set the field for Champs-Élysées is when you'll see that. But it'll be 2 races. Everybody will make the show. Nobody will go home just because it's a good event for us to bring you. So think of it like almost like the All-Star race. Marcus Sellers in fourth, Emily Green in fifth. So 32 drivers on track, 31 of them now on the lead lap. Fortunately, I can tell you all the drivers involved that drove away are currently now in the infield care center at this time. So glad that all the drivers that either climbed out of their car or drove their cars away. But it's really going to take a hit on some of the drivers in the points table. And it looks like Michael Brown is off the pace, but he's just moving out of Brady Columbus's way. So Michael Brown definitely's got damage. And on an aerodynamic track like Auto Club, looks like he's letting Brenda Eveling go. Michael Brown trying to be a graceful back marker to Brenda Eveling. I bet team owner Nathan Norman would appreciate that. Of course, remember the 20 was involved in that wreck in the race. Yeah, now let's get back to what we were trying to talk about. Shyla Askarov making her Busch Series debut. Took part in the truck race yesterday. Had a not a good race from her, unfortunately, but she did get the lap, did finish the race on the lead lap, which is good. Currently running in 16th position. So she's already not doing too bad. So Shyla just trying to get some experience. Of course, Ibrahimian almost chopped her off. Ibrahimian had a day to forget yesterday in the truck race. There's Lauren Grubius, didn't make the truck race, but we'll see her tomorrow afternoon, starting in the Winston Cup car. Of course, she's going to be doing it from the rear of the field. And she's in that critical 35th in the standings. There's J.J. Palmer, Brenda Eveling, Ashlyn Wright. There's K Amirmoez. Bora Park, we will see her next week, getting ready to try to make the Cup race. Remember, next week, it's just the Cup drivers. When we go to Sonoma, pole day qualifying on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. The race on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. Our first road course race of the season. So it'll be interesting to see how be for those drivers that we've been seeing them run triple duty, how will they adapt to only just the Cup race next week at Sonoma? I was trying to not play music there. Brady Columbus leads this race. Michael Brown is off the pace due to the damage. All these other drivers are off the pace due to the damage. Not good for Taylor Valley. He's trying to get back in the top 30 in the owner points to get herself locked into the show. Jamie Bonine's got a little hood buckle on his Ford. Remember, he was involved in that gigantic wreck back on lap number 9. There's Carolina Bradley trying to see if... Doesn't look like she's got a whole lot of damage to the left side of her Marines Ford. So she might have gotten away with that one. Bradley did not qualify for the Cup race tomorrow. Muhammad Zain. There's Amy Hicks, Jacob Foster. Of course, he'll only focus on the Cup car next week at Sonoma. Tyler Ware, Olivia Jackson, Daniel Gitiroyk. Shyla's up to 11th. First time we've had a Kyrgyzstan driver in the Busch Series. Of course, she runs full-time in the Truck Series. Currently drives the number 2 Team ASC Dodge over in the Truck Series. As I said, did not have a good result over there. She's having a respectable result run here today in the 12th position. As the leaders have just split Michael Brown. Right now, Katsura and the 3 ladies. And we'll see another Amirmoez in Azar Amirmoez, who will be making her Winston Cup Series debut tomorrow afternoon. Just raced her way into that event. She is teammates with Luna Farmer over at Year One Motorsports. While this race is going on, let's go over our former winners at Auto Club, even though we raced here last season. Ran here in season 1. And the defending winner of this event is not in this field. And the car that car, by the way, failed to qualify for this race today. Drake Robertson is the defending winner. Of course, he's in the Winston Cup Series, which we will see him tomorrow afternoon. Drake's having a tough year over in Winston Cup. Drake is 38th in the points. Need to get himself back in the top 35. He's only 8 points back of the 35th in the standings cut line to be locked in the show. Brady Columbus, there's K Amirmoez. Quentin Moore will also make his first start in the Winston Cup Series tomorrow afternoon. He has failed to qualify for many races. Brenda Eveling, I think she really needs to start making a cup race soon. Next week, if she fails to qualify, it would be 0-6 for her in that 24 ride. As we're starting to get into a nice green flag run. And we're also approaching the midway point of today's race. For anyone asking what I was crunching on, it's Ruffles. Baked Ruffles. Nice little chips to commentate. All the 10 drivers that are now out of the race, well, 9 if you exclude the 34. I bet the 34, when she got involved, I wonder if something broke in the piston area as London Jackson takes the lead. I wonder if something broke in the engine in that wreck that caused her to possibly lose oil pressure is why the engine let go on that machine. But all 10 of those drivers have been checked and released from the care center. So I'm starting to wonder if Nathan Orman's going to need to fire the crew chief of the 24, because that 24 team in the Cup Series has failed to qualify for the first 5 races now of the season, and they are now outside the top 35. So something has to be done as far as that is concerned. Brady Columbus, currently the race leader. As Michael Brown still off the pace. Oh, look out! Oh, the 40 got bounced off another driver. You can go away, thank you very much. Bounced up into Michael Brown, shoved him well out of the groove. I have a feeling the 20 is going to cause a wreck the way he's off the pace. And that was nearly a wreck. It was the 10 that the 40 bounced off of. As we're just past the halfway point in this race. That was a close call. Thank goodness that was not our second caution of the race, which, by the way, brings up to the question I want to bring up on. Could we see for the first time this weekend green flag pit stops that will take part? We didn't see it in our Truck Series race. We are more than likely going to see it, in this race, and we're also going to see it in tomorrow's Winston Cup Series race. There's a lot of other drivers that we have not, that the leaders are about to start lapping, like S Ozkan, Ricky Cervantes. Remember, they were involved in that big wreck back on lap number 9. Next cars they're going to lap is T Tupola and Taylor Valley. Taylor is currently 29th. That's the leader's next driver they're going to lap. I think from like 22nd on down, we're involved in that wreck. Actually, the 57, I don't know if she's got any engine damage or not. You're seeing all the stats of, but the 56 had a lot of damage. That's a lot of drivers now out of the race. By the way, it's the new chat bot I installed on this game. And looks like we might have had green flag pit stops. Yep, we got pit stops. Topola's in. Taylor Valley just came off pit road. Pretty soon we're going to start seeing these leaders come to pit road. As Michael Brown going to get in the way again. That's going to allow London Jackson to take the lead. That'll slow up Brady Columbus. Don't know if the leaders came to pit road on that caution back on lap number 9. I'm starting to wonder if they did, because if they did, they cannot make it the rest of the way. Bradley's coming in the pits. Probably also to repair some more damage on that 25 machine. It's like Brady's coming to pit road. London's going to stay out an extra lap. It's like London's going to come to pit road, same with Brett Eveling. These drivers will definitely make it the rest of the way. And Callie was running out of fuel there, as the leaders are now on pit road to make some pit stops. Shyla just made her stop. Quentin Moore just made his stop. Marcus Sellers, same with him. Everybody taking those much needed 4 tires and fuel. Fill it up with Sunoco race fuel. Gitiroyk stayed out, I believe, because they're showing the 2 is in the lead. Now he's on pit road. It's like he led a lap. And he is now down and away, drag racing with Olivia Jackson. It looks like he's going to let the 38 go. Wise decision on the 2. And now the question is, who would cycle out to the race lead? Wonder, this might be the lead right here. Shyla got around Quentin Moore. I think this might be the lead right here. London Jackson, as they're trying to get around Taylor Valley, put her a lap down. No, it's Marcus Sellers who's leading this race. There he is. Looked like Sellers had done the undercut strategy on those drivers that came to pit road. So he pitted a lot earlier, wanted to get on those fresh tires. And now he's the race leader as a result. So now we have completed a cycle of green flag pit stops so far in this race. If you're just joining us in the premiere, welcome. Here to Auto Club Speedway. D Gitiroyk here in Fontana, California. Our studio engineer, Caleb Hobbs. We're coming up to 20 laps of racing to go. We only had one caution that took out 10 drivers in the process. 32 of the 42 starters still on the lead lap and in the race. Just completed a cycle of green flag pit stops, which is the first time all weekend we've had a cycle of green flag pit stops. Sarah running in second now. London is leading. Tupola now about to go a lap down. Would put us at 27 drivers on the lead lap. As these drivers down to 16 to go here in this race. As they're about to lap Michael Brown again, Katsuro just comes flying up the outside. Now they're just going to split as the 11 kind of hesitated there. Oh, Michael Brown holding up his teammate, T Tupola. That's not going to sit well with GGR after this. Good runs for Rosalinda Masterson, Quentin Moore, JJ Palmer. How about a great run for Shyla? Having a quiet run, didn't have the best qualifying in the world. Struggled in the truck race yesterday. Been running top 15 for most of this race. Got through the big one. Back on lap 9, and she's having a respectable run. Now in 9th after Michael Brown hold up a number of drivers. Michael Brown just came to pit road. I'm starting to wonder if he got a penalty or something. Nope, had a flat tire. I wonder if that contact really hurt. Must have picked up a puncture. Probably because the 10 shoved him up in the dirt. Probably a rock cut a tire down. That's probably why he came to pit road. So Michael Brown's already having a difficult day so far. Did not have a good day yesterday. Got involved in a wreck not of his own doing. Unfortunately, has not recovered. Katsuro now in the race lead. Approaching 10 laps of racing to go here at the Auto Club Speedway. Uh-oh, 57's out. 57's got an issue. That's Luna Farmer. We're being told an engine has let go. Ah! Luna Farmer looks like her day is more than likely going to be done. Looks like mechanical problems on the 57. That's a tough break for her. I wonder if that hit dropped. Wonder if she dropped the cylinder after she was involved in that wreck. And they're going to look under the hood to see what's wrong with the 57. That's going to take her out of contention for a was running 22nd at the time. That's a shame for Luna. So she has fallen off the pace. Was trying to make a recovery, trying to salvage what she can out of this day. And I'm starting to wonder if they're going to end up pushing that 57 car back behind the wall as she continues to tumble through the standings. So Luna Farmer looks like her day is more than likely going to be done. As Michael Brown goes another lap down as far as that is concerned. Brenda Eveling's going by Michael Brown. Michael is 7 laps down. And Luna Farmer is back up to speed. Yeah, it looks like the engine looks like something has gone bad on that engine, so it looks like she is down a cylinder. That's too bad for Luna, because she was trying to work her way back up, trying to get herself a salvageable run, and now her day is more than likely ruined as far as that's concerned. So, not been a good day for Luna. Luna Farmer came into this race 10th in points. This is going to be a big hit for her. And she'll look for a rebound next week. At Sonoma, again, it'll be just the Cup drivers that weekend. So, yeah. Want to remind everybody this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association for the private use of our audience as Brady Columbus gets ready to lap Summit Oskin. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmit or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV and the World Racing Association want to thank you fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. So a dominant day for Brady Columbus in her second Busch start of her career. Could have won Las Vegas if it wasn't for an unscheduled pit stop that took her out of contention to win that race. Brady Columbus, now 2 laps away from going to victory lane. As Luna Farmer going to go another lap down. I think she's just trying to bring the car home. Sucks that she's going to be not up to speed, but she's being a graceful back marker. She's also letting her teammate go, which is the smart thing to do. And we're coming to the white flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank. One more time around, J Bodine had to dive on the pit road. Looks like he couldn't make it on fuel. Either that or he's got a problem. Last lap of the race, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Yep, needed 3 seconds worth of fuel. It looks like Brady Columbus will redeem herself from Las Vegas. Brady Columbus, here she comes, will win the Roseanne 300 here today at Auto Club. A wonderful job for Brady. In her second start, we'll get our first career win. London Jackson will get second. K Amirmoez third. Brenda Eveling will get fourth. Marcus Sellers will complete your top 5. Then it was Olivia Jackson, Daniel Gitiroyk, Ashlyn Wright, J Palmer, and Dylan Ibrahimian completing the top 10. Waiting for the standings to get official and AR official. This race really hurt a number of drivers in the process. Good run for Shyla Askarov. Finished in 16th. Want to give her praise. Bora Park started on the pole. Finished in 18th. These drivers really going to take some hits in the points as you look on down to the remainder of the finishing results. 25 drivers finished the race on the lead lap. K Amirmoez was the last of them. T Tupola all the way down to Summit Ozkan were all involved in that big wreck. Luna Farmer had engine problems, but thankfully came home and finished 31st, not the run she was hoping for. Michael Brown, talk about a weekend that went from great to bad to wars in a heartbeat. Finished in 32nd position, but he did finish the race. And then the rest of these drivers did not even reach the conclusion, all due to the big wreck that took place on lap number 9 of this race. Alex Winters, Lucy Granger, Courtney Lynn, Shade Earnhardt, tough break for him in his debut, 36. Billy Kitchen, Gabe Lipton, Morgan Le Fay, Xavier Allsopp, Kyle Langland, and Skylar Davidson. Most notable, those that are in the top 10 the points, they're really going to take a hit in the standings. I don't know if Courtney Lynn will stay in the top 30 or not, but we'll just have to wait and find out in the points table. But congratulations to Brady Columbus on the win. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed today's race. Subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We've shown your full finish results. Your points table. Your points are down in the description as far as the table is concerned. Heading into our next race, that is in 3 weeks. As we head to the Martinsville dirt track, we will have no go or go home qualifying. So we will have the 2 heat races as the Busch rate. As the go-or-go-home drivers will race on Friday. The main Busch drivers that made it into this race will run Saturday. Winston Cup Series go-or-home race will also be on Saturday at 1. And the race on Sunday for the main drivers after we find out who makes the race from Champs-Élysées. Until then, for our studio engineer, Caleb Hobbs, I'm D Gitiroyk. Thank you for joining me and saying goodbye from Auto Club Speedway of Southern California, where we congratulate Brady Columbus on the victory. Coming up next, we'll rejoin the Infinity Network Sports Studios programming already in progress. Talk to you again tomorrow. You've been watching the World Racing Association of Grace Racing since 2013.